Hey guys, Jennifer Don Gabiola, and I just feel inspired to do another video. I don't really have anything like set specifically content-wise to talk about other than this inspiration, this idea that just came to me because of it actually it's a spin-off of what I talked about in my Quiet Voice Big Impact mastermind call this morning, which was all about creating engaging social media content. And so what I noticed was the students really were excited about talking about funnels. And if you're familiar with online marketing, funnels are basically a way to, at least a way to describe it, it's a way to get people into your world, so into your email list and stuff like that. So I titled this Facebook Live, "Funnels are for funnel cakes." and other tips on branding and social media is because what I really feel moved to talk about today is really the how to tie in all these like marketing terms into something that feels meaningful and like human to you. So to me, like I've never really resonated with the word funnel because it's always felt kind of cold, like a technical term. Funnel, like if funnel, it felt like I'm trying to herd people into something. And to me, what really resonates with me more is the idea of a bridge. So what I want to share with you today is basically this concept of whether it be a funnel, social media, your brand in general, the goal is for you to you're providing a bridge. You are on one side of the bridge, you're an expert, and then your ideal client is on the other side of the bridge, and your job is to accompany them from one part of the bridge to the other side and walking with them side by side. And so to me, when I think about, because, I have 20 years of experience in branding and marketing and design, and to me, what helps me navigate through this whole world of branding, which can be overwhelming, is like attaching it to something meaningful to you, so it feels personal and you feel like you're adding value to someone's life. That's really, so for example, like when you think of what I share with my students in my Quiet Voice Big Impact branding courses, really imagine a bridge, like just that simple visual, a bridge. Someone is struggling on one side of the bridge trying to figure something out, or they're wanting some sort of change or transformation in their life, right? And then on the other side of the bridge is you're an expert, you have knowledge, expertise to share, and so your job is to accompany them from one side of the bridge to the other. So breaking down the bridge, like what's the first step to get them to that ideal outcome. So that's the kind of the overarching thing when I talk about branding. Think of it like a bridge, and like your funnel. To me, it's just a way to demonstrate your value. And social media, it's just a way to plant seeds and give feedback and insights and tips, just value to help, enrich someone's life, to help them get to where they want to go. Right? It's not about getting, because I think a lot of people associate, well, I have a funnel or I have an email sequence and I need to get all these people, and it becomes more about the stats and the numbers. But you really have to remember that these are human beings, and it's really a privilege for someone to give you their email. It's a privilege for me to be on this Facebook Live with you. It's like, if you start to look at everything that you do with your business and your brand as something that's sacred, then it feels like a gift. You have received a gift in your heart that you're talented at, you're passionate about, and you give that sacred gift to people you feel led to support. So for me, I do feel led to support introverts because I understand how challenging that can be as an introverted entrepreneur, an empath, highly sensitive, like what that's like to consistently put yourself out there, but how do you do it in a way that really honors how you're naturally built, and leverages your natural strengths and helps people get where they want to go, right? Build a brand, attract more clients, make more money. I mean, there's many outcomes that people want, but I feel like when you position that from a place of like, what can I give? What can I give to this person to help them get where they want to go? And then understanding that what you're giving is actually a gift, and how you interact with the world is it's a sacred gift. And I think something I also want to talk about with social media is that a lot of people feel like, oh, I gotta post every day. I gotta do. It feels like this heavy pressure. I gotta post. So I stay relevant. And I really want to talk about how, like, to me, I share when something feels alive, and I ask, is it going to be helpful for the people I serve? And so when you look at it from, you're always in this position of power. Like, social media is not in control. Like, you decide if you're relevant. You decide, you put that value on yourself. And when something feels alive for you and inspiring for you, just like the video I shared yesterday about people pleasing and overgiving, that has felt very alive for me the past few weeks. So I felt moved to share it yesterday. Today, I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about, but this whole thing about like funnels, and I love food, so funnels and funnel cake, that's what I thought about. So, but really talking about like this whole marketing, branding, all of that in a way that feels human. I think sometimes people forget like the humanity of what we're doing. It's not just about quote unquote being relevant. It's really about sharing from a place of service, from a place of deep, like it's a sacred exchange of value. I think the danger of social media sometimes is that people curate their life around social media. Meaning, for example, oh, what can I do today so I can document it on social media? And I really feel like that's backward. I really feel like you should live your life, live your best life. And then if you choose to share, then share it, but live your life. Like, that's really, I feel like it's dangerous when you're trying to create a life based on what you want to project on social media, which then you're not really living. You're curating an illusion of how you want to be perceived, which is not real. So again, it's really, always look at yourself. You're always in the driver's seat. And when you look at yourself in a position of power and you're using social media, you're using your brand, you're using funnels, emails as a way to deepen connection, as a way to honor your humanity, honor someone else's humanity, helping them, demonstrating your value and helping them get to where they want to go from a place of giving, not what can I get? I think that's where it's tricky sometimes. We're like, well, I need to get like 10 people. I need to get 1,000 people on my list. And it's all good markers, but never forget that you're dealing with people. These are real human beings that have real feelings, real emotions, real struggles. So when you really look at that from, okay, what can I create? What can I share? Whether that be in your overall creating your brand or your funnel or social media posts, what can I create that feels of value to this person, that feels inspiring to me, what feels alive for me, and what can I create that's of value? When you do it from that place, people can feel your intention and the purity of your intention to serve, right? Then you don't have to worry so much like, is it good enough? Because the energy in which you share is a big part of not just the content, but the spirit and the energy in which you share is so much a part of that too. And as an introvert, as you know, your energy is everything. So allowing yourself to really tune in and feel into what you feel inspired to share from that place, making sure it's, it's helpful for your ideal clients, your ideal community, and then share from that place. And you do that consistently, then you start to position yourself as an expert. People will, especially on video, sharing consistently on video, people can feel your energy, right? They can see if they like you. If you're consistent, you build trust. And then eventually when you do pitch, you've already established this energetic connection that goes way beyond words. I have just found that like video is a really powerful way for you to establish a deep connection with people, because it's you can feel people's energy. You can feel the truth in their vibe, right? Oh, okay. I see Amy's here. Hi, Amy. How are you doing today? Let me know if this resonates with you. Like I said, I didn't have like a huge plan on what I want to talk about, but I did feel moved to talk about this whole thing about like marketing and funnels and branding and social media, because I think sometimes we get lost in the technical terms of I should do this, I gotta do this. But if you like really always remember the fundamental principle of all of this, all of it is to help you create resonance with the right people, establishing like real connection, establishing real relationships. And when you do that and you show up consistently in the spirit of service, when you do share something, when you invite people to buy something from you, it will feel more like an invitation versus, oh my God, like, please buy this. You will share from a posture of where you feel empowered because you know you have value, versus, oh my God, I feel desperate, please buy this, you know? So, and also something else, just make it fun. Like, to me, like, I didn't plan to talk about like this topic, but what was clear to me about talking about this branding, marketing, and funnels and social media, like what was very clear to me was funnels are for funnel cake. Like, to me, that's funny because I love food and I love funnel cake, and I don't know, like, to me, like sharing something that's like in your subject line, your titles, it's like out of the ordinary, but like, I don't know, I don't like to take myself too seriously. I take what I do seriously, but like for me, it needs to feel fun and like light, you know, to some degree. There's, you know, that way you're enjoying yourself. So let me know if you have any questions or comments on this. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the leader of this Quiet Voice Big Impact community, Jennifer Don Gaviola, and I have 20 years of experience in design and branding and marketing, and I also help with personal presence and style when you build your brand, because so much of when I think of branding it's about this holistic experience. You are a creative expression in the world, right? To me, you're really the embodiment of love. And so whatever that looks like, when you're really deeply attuned to who you are and you share from a place of pure intention and service, then people can feel that spirit of service. And so that's what I do. And so I just felt like maybe helping to break down this marketing speak on like what branding is, always keep in mind that branding, it's just a bridge for you to help someone get from one place to the other place, like what is their ideal transformation, and then your job is to accompany them from one side to the other, and then you break down each phase into like small doable chunks and like what can you create so they have small wins along the way, right? So that's the goal. It's like you share value and you demonstrate your value by being consistent. You have fun doing it, and I feel like then you become a natural magnet because you're putting out energy that's coming from a deeply aligned place and in the spirit of service. So the right people will feel you, and the people that won't feel you, that's okay. You know, it's really, to me, it's so much of this is energetic, like the energy and spirit in which you share. People can feel that. I always say, energy doesn't lie. So when you're feeling yourself, you're feeling the content you want to share, then the right people will feel you. So let me know if you have any questions or comments, and if this resonates with you and you are looking for support, developing your brand, strategy around your funnels, strategy around like your social media, let me know, because that's a part of what I do. So I am inviting just a small handful of people for a few discovery calls, complimentary. So let me know. You can email me at info@dawningsoul.com, or you can send me a private message. I'm happy to do that. because it's occurring to me now that 2019 is around the corner. And so it's really helpful to have like an idea, a plan, some sort of framework that feels inspired to you before you enter the new year. That way you feel like ignited and some level of clarity as you start a new cycle with the new year. So let me know if you'd like to schedule a discovery call with me. So Amy says, I like the invitation and the spirit of service. Yeah, totally. Like, I think sometimes when people think about selling, it gets kind of like tricky because it feels like, ooh, I have to, like, a lot of people think of selling as manipulation. But really, again, when you demonstrate, when you're consistent and you're kind and helpful and you demonstrate your value consistently, then it becomes like when you do pitch something, it becomes more of an organic invitation, right? It's like, well, I've shared value and I hope my free content has been helpful for you. And I have, like, for example, I just I had launched for my Quiet Voice Big Impact course. So like, I shared a lot of free content and then it led to my course. And so I didn't really have to like hard sell people because it's just like my goal is to demonstrate value. And if it's helpful for you, then I invite you to go deeper. That's the goal. I invite you to go deeper. Like, I've realized that my role is to help initiate change, to activate change. And so my role is not to force you or carry you or make you do anything. It's like, if you need help, I'm happy to guide you based on my experience. But really, my role is to, again, accompany you across the bridge, help empower you to walk with you, to be a partner with you, to get to where you want to go. But at the end of the day, it's you creating the win, right? That to me is making empowered choice. You're giving people the chance to make an empowered choice for themselves, right? Fear-based selling, I find it just doesn't work. When you try to pressure people or manipulate, and now people can feel that. As an introvert, what I found is that I like time to process, right? If someone's trying to pitch me, like, we have to have some sort of relationship. I have to like really feel into you, and then I see what you're offering, and then I discern, is it going to be helpful for me? And then I go with my gut, right? If it feels expansive, like I feel resistance, but it's like excited resistance, then I know it's for me. If I feel like nothing, or if I feel constricted, then it's a no. And to me, like, when you do pitch, it's just you're not trying to sway somebody. You're just telling people, you're sharing what you can offer, how you can help them, and then you detach yourself from the outcome, right? That again is from a place of power. You're like I shared in the video yesterday, when you're in the posture of like leaning back and relaxing, because you know your value and you're inviting people to work with you, to initiate that change, to receive that transformation, then the right people will recognize the value and say yes. And I'll say this around money. Money is a energetic representation of your investment and your commitment to change, right? So there's nothing wrong with free content. Free content's cool, but in my personal experience, whenever I've invested in a course or a mentor, like, the money is actually a part of the up-leveling. Me throwing down some money, like real money, that is a part of like, oh, I'm telling myself, oh, this is for real, it's gonna happen. Because with free content, it's sometimes just like, there's nothing to lose, it's free, right? But when you put money down to something, that's when things get real, because you're like, I don't want to waste this money, right? Hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. Like, no one wants to waste money. So when you put money down, that's really when you check yourself and hold yourself accountable. Like, ooh, am I really going to do this? But from a place of compassion and deep trust in yourself and deep trust in the process that you can do it, you know. So no, I didn't expect to be talking about like sales and stuff, but to me it's all connected, because the goal, essentially the essence of all of this marketing, is to help someone get from where they are, whatever they're struggling with, to get to where they want to go, right? And so depending on whatever your passion is, you have to decide, you have to get clear on who it is you help, you know, what are they struggling with, and then to clearly communicate that value, demonstrate that value consistently, so that they trust you to want to like go deeper on their journey to really create lasting change, because that's the goal. You know, your goal is to initiate change for the better. That's your role. And so when you're always in the posture of, okay, I'm a human being who has value, and this person's a human being who has value, how can we together create a sacred connection? How can I hold safe space for this person so they really feel comfortable and acknowledged and seen, so we can walk this path together? Again, goosebumps. When you look at it from that place, that feels like you're connecting on a deep like level of like humanity. It feels sacred, right? Instead of like, oh, I got to pitch, I got to buy, I got to sell. No, it's not a technique. This is really a sacred exchange of value, right? You're sharing your value, your expertise, and they're exchanging their money, which is valuable, right? It's a sacred exchange of value. So whether it be developing your brand, creating a funnel, posting on social media, all of it is a sacred exchange of value, all of it. So I feel like that sometimes I think is missing in how marketing is positioned, because it's all about like the numbers, gotta make money, gotta all about the results. Yes, we all want results, but at the end of the day, you're developing real relationships, and you're helping people rise and really make significant change in their life. That's really, and so when you look at that, it becomes, if the perspective is, then it becomes a privilege to do that, right? For someone to give their hard-earned money to you, that's a big deal, right? So looking at that as like a sacred exchange of value, then it just feels like it's the equal exchange of a gift, right? You're giving your value as a gift, they're giving money as a gift, right? And that's special. And I think, I don't know, I don't feel like enough people talk about, you know, marketing and business in that way, because a lot of people get so focused on the stats and the numbers, and that's great, like I said, but again, you're dealing with people. And so for me, because I thrive on intimacy, I thrive on deep connections, I thrive on depth, I always have to associate like all these business terms and like things that I need to learn like for my business in a way that feels real and human and meaningful, or else it's just not going to stick with me. I need to feel a deep connection to things, and I need to feel deep connections to the people I serve. Otherwise, because I don't thrive in surface stuff. I've tried. Surface stuff personally doesn't work for me. So, okay, well, let me know if you have any questions or comments. Again, if you'd like a complimentary discovery call to help you, you know, create that change in if you're developing your brand, if you're developing a funnel, if you're wanting a social media strategy, like, again, how I work is very comprehensive, very soulful. And so, yeah, but that's how I work, because I'm, as an introvert, that's how I thrive. And I know with the people I attract, they thrive in depth and like this turtle way, like this deep, deliberate way of working. So, okay, well, I think that's it. So I wanted to share this with you. I'm going to try to do a separate video on style, because I love style so much. But here, look. It's fringe top. Isn't that cute? I love vintage. So I felt inspired to wear this today for my mastermind call. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope this is helpful. And then if you have any questions, you can tag me here in the group, PM me, or you can send me an email, info@dawningsoul.com. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me live. And if you watch the replay, just tag me with any questions. I would love to know your biggest takeaways. And then I will be sharing another video soon. Bye, guys.